Hello, my friends. Hello. Happy, I don't know what day it is. Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Yeah. Hi guys. We're gonna give everybody a hot second to get on here. I wanted to start right on time. I almost started early so I could get everybody on here because I'm gonna remember that iTrekBites has a meeting tonight. At least I think they do. Has anybody actually heard from Jordan today on the iTrekBites Instagram? Usually he sets a reminder, but one of our other ambassadors is doing a takeover today. So now I don't actually know if there's a live stream tonight or not. Typically there is a live stream. Sorry, I'm distracted by the ad running. Here we go. So hi Becky. Shout out to all of my friends who had the chat rolling before I even got in the room tonight. You guys are freaking awesome. Lissa and Cindy got the ball rolling. Thank you for that. Marie popped in. Who else is here? I saw Julie's here. Mick is here. Hello, Sarah. All right, my friends. John's here too. Hello, my friend. I hope you are doing well. Oh my goodness, you guys. It's been, is anyone else having like this awesome waves of like, you feel real motivated and real productive and real everything for a couple of days and then you just lose it? And then you gotta work to get it back and then you have it for a couple of days and then you lose it again and you gotta fight to get it back? Freaking all day today, I'm like, I don't wanna film. I just don't. I didn't know what I wanted to film. I didn't have, like, I showered and I did my hair or whatever, and my husband has had a light day today too. So I went in and sat with him, and he's like, can we just be done with today? I'm bored. I'm like, I'm bored too. I don't want to film. And then he looked at me and he goes, you should go film. Go do it. Like, I swear to you, if he wasn't home to be like, you should go do your work. Go. I wouldn't have filmed a darn thing today. But I did, and the video is going to be up late tomorrow because I haven't even touched editing, but at least I filmed the silly thing for you. And it should be fun. It should be fun. It's a new in food. Haven't done a new in food in a long time. But holy cow, it's been hard to get off the roller coaster. I don't want to be on the dumb roller coaster anymore. But anyway, hello guys. Happy Tuesday. Let me know what your highs and your lows are, and then we're going to get this ball rolling. As you saw, it's just good old weekly community chat because I couldn't come up with a topic for the night. But Cindy, our friend Cindy in the chat, is going to get the ball rolling for us in terms of a topic because she showed up with a question before the chat even started, and I love that. So if you guys, throughout any of these, we're just chatting away, getting caught up on life, hanging out with people for an hour, amazing. So if you have something you want to talk about, let me know and we can talk about it. Like, that's what this is here for. So what did Mick say? Motivated in general? Yeah, motivated in general. I don't just mean like stay on plan or for your diet or anything. I mean like motivated to work. Like, do your job, like sit down and I'm like, okay, it's Tuesday. Tuesday's always filming day for me, right? And I did not have a plan this week, and thus I did not know what to film when I woke up this morning. I got up, I did my workout, I did all the other things, but I'm just like, I just don't know. And it ebbs and flows. I don't know, guys. Highs. I basically killed it with my goal this week. Wasn't perfect, but I got water, steps in week 1 of lift 4, and stayed in my points while enjoying treats. That is a fantastic high, Lissa. Fantastic. Hi, just went for a walk, inspired by Lissa. I went for a walk too. That's what I did right before. I like 5 o'clock or so rolled around, whatever. Hi, everyone went for a walk today. I love it. It is gorgeous outside in Minnesota right now. Gorgeous. And so by the time I finished filming, blah, 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 and I'm just like, I don't want to edit. I didn't want to do anything. And I could tell that like putzing around on my phone was going to happen. And I was like, you know what? You're going to go for a walk and you're going to finish and get your 10,000 steps today. And it's going to be amazing. And that's exactly what I did. I popped on some music and I went for a walk, and I made it a point to say hello to literally every human being that I walked by. And there was quite a few because Minnesotans are out because it's nice outside. And it also made me very aware how badly I wanted to like hug a friend. Like, I love my husband, but like I would love to be able to walk into a church building and be like, "Hey, good to see you," and give somebody else a hug. And I was just thinking that as I was walking by other people. I'm like, "Oh, other people." But yeah, going outside and walking. And walking, you guys, is one of the greatest things we can do for activity. Seriously. Like, you don't have to work out if you don't want to. Just go walk. It will do amazing things for you. And that's exactly what I did. I did Lift 4 today, and there was no cardio in Lift 4 today. It was straight weightlifting. And I exhausted myself. I pushed really hard. I'm going to regret it tomorrow. But I knew, and I almost had my step goal. By the time I went for my walk, I was at like 8,000 steps, and I was like, no, you got to finish it. You got to go and push it a little bit. So I walked out the door and just wandered around our beautiful neighborhood for a little while, and it was so nice. It just feels so good. It just feels so good. Hello, Babs. Hello. Walking. I love walking. What else? Who else has highs? Marie, I'm newly retired, so it's a whole new world in a lot of ways. Oh, and nearly being attacked by the crazy lady. Yeah, that's definitely a low. If I was actually on a plan that would have gone down the river tonight, I ate Chinese, which was good. Hey, weren't you like talking about ordering Chinese for like the last several weeks, and you finally ordered your Chinese food? That's awesome. Good thing tomorrow's a day off from Lyft, right? Hello, Kathy. Julie. I got to see family, and I was able to hug several people, and it was so awesome. I am so jealous. I am so jealous. Oh, man. I had the realization today that, like, the way things are opening up and how slow, like, don't get me wrong. I'm all about things opening up slowly and safely and all, like, I'm all for that. But my husband and I, like, had the comment with each other of, are we going to get to go to church at all the rest of this year? Talk about a blow to the heart. I'm like, I don't know. Like, oh, that hurt. It hurt. Just to even entertain that as a possibility hurt. 14,420 steps and feeling awesome. Way to go. Rosie, hello. Did a treadmill class on Peloton. The new instructor is nice eye candy. Fantastic. I did have a friend. I posted on Instagram stories Lyft like I do every day. And this particular photo had Joel, the instructor. And she messaged me and she says, I understand why you like it so much. I'm at 14,000 steps now. Beginning a few more during back-to-back live streams. Yeah, because you're on the QB. I turned off. Did I tell you? I turned off Fitbit sync to my QB. It doesn't even count to my steps anymore. Because I just don't feel like they're equivalent. I just don't. So I can sit and I can QB all I want to QB, but it's not going to count towards anything. I still have to go and get my step goal. I went to my daughter's house and hugged the heck out of my granddaughters. Oh, I love it. Oh no, my phone doesn't inform me of the 5% battery life. Well, John, you got to plug it in if you're able to. Went back on WW, this time on the green plan, and I'm so excited and ready to get back to feeling like myself again. That is great. That is so good, so good. Eye candy is always motivating, right? Like everybody in that Lyft program is very motivating to the eyes. Like the women, holy cow, the women, the shoulders and the arms on them. I'm like, you go, girl. Like, equally as motivating, if not more so, to be able to see what women are capable of putting on in terms of muscle. So good. I've had one for each last 3 weeks. Our virus numbers last 4 days have been below 100. Oh, wow. Good for you guys. I still sync it. I got my steps without it today, but it's not always realistic. That makes sense. Yeah, I just need to do a little bit more and push and this and that and whatever. Everything that I discussed on Friday. You guys, well, if anybody else has a high that they want to share or a low they want to share, what are mine? I don't even know what mine are. I should come prepared to my own live streams, don't you think? I don't even know what my high would be, other than like the miraculous walk that I just took. All weekend was actually very rainy and very gross and very dreary. Blah. My high can be that I went grocery shopping yesterday. I went to Sam's Club. I went to Target. I purchased literally all of the things because we were actually getting down to the point where like the freezer was starting to get real empty. The fridge was starting to get real empty outside of some condiments. And we're like, maybe we should actually go grocery shopping. And since we are no longer in shelter in place, I decided that like, let's go. How does the grocery store count as going to as a high? Because Rosie, because of the fact I went to the grocery store, I got 15,000 steps yesterday. I meal prepped for 3 hours, and now we have an overabundance of fresh produce, healthy, 0 point and low calorie things to snack on. Not to mention my strawberries that I ended up picking out are so sweet and delicious. Oh, they were just magnificent. And we refreshed all of like the meat and the cheeses and like everything. Everything has been refreshed, and so the variation of food in our house is abundant and healthy and all prepped and ready to go. I made a crap ton of chicken with dinner last night, so we have leftovers. I have salad. I have, oh man, all the vegetables, all the things. Didn't your husband say something? I love how Lissa can actually keep track of my highs more than I can. Yes, he did. So that's actually an excellent high. My husband walked up to me, as he does, and occasionally he'll walk up to me and grab my shoulders and like, massage me for a hot second. And the other day, he walked up to me and did that, and he stopped and he goes, I actually think you've got muscle coming in back here. And like, you don't understand. I can't show you guys. Shoot, because my freaking phone is being used as the camera. But I have an Instagram photo of me, and it's a Transformation Tuesday, but it's backwards. So the before picture is me at my goal weight trying on wedding dresses, and you can see just how skinny that weight was on me. I legitimately looked anorexic, which is why my approach to goal weight is completely different than it was the first time around. I got there the first time around, but it wasn't the best way to do it. I followed the plan and I still ate what I wanted and things like that, but I was much more restrictive. I was much more into cardio for the calorie burn, not because I love cardio, because I really do love cardio. So I got to goal weight of 135 and I was too skinny because of my musculature or lack of musculature. So you could see the bones all up in here and then especially on my back. So like for my wedding, I made sure that I could style my hair down because my dress was low back, but I was too bony. I was way too bony to be able to like put my hair up or something. So it seems easier to remember others' highs than our own. Yeah. So the fact that I'm in week 5 of Lift, and like that Eric and like he touches my shoulders almost every day. So like the fact that he finally was like, wait, this feels different was huge. And I tell you what, like the way Lift is going, there's definitely like it feels so simple. It's so simple. It's not necessarily easy to do, especially if you're doing the weights like you're supposed to. We're doing the best we can. For me, I have enough weights to make it heavy enough. But like, it's over before you know it. The moves are very simple. And then you're done and you're just like, oh, okay, great. And I go on with my day. But when you do it consistently, all of a sudden I'm in week 5 and like, I got shoulders that are coming in. I got biceps that feel nice and like meaty. And I got back muscles coming in. The scale hasn't really moved, but the muscles are changing. And that is big picture for me. That's big picture. So I love it. I freaking love it. I will probably do Lift again shortly after I finish this round. Probably. Let's catch up here. You went grocery shopping. That's a high. I'm less nervous going out than I was a month ago. I could imagine with your numbers going like that. Unfortunately for Minnesota, our numbers are still going up. And we opened on Monday. Like, almost opened. Some other stuff doesn't open until June 1st, including Mall of America. And then beyond that, like, still no large gatherings or anything like that. So, does anyone feel that now that the weather is better, you have navigated to different salads and better and fresh produce? Babs, yes. So, I always talk about, I am a summer girl. I thrive the second the weather is beautiful. the second, because I love to go outside. I am not an outdoorsy woman. Does this make sense at all to people? I'm not an outdoorsy person at all, but I love being outside, like going for walks, as long as it's in like a nice area that's not endangering me in any way. I don't want to rough it at a campsite. I want to be in a nice little fancy hotel, but I like to be outside in the sun all the time. Which is why I went for a walk. I'm like, I gotta take advantage of this. I have to. So when I'm outside, the sun's beating down, you get hot. When you're hot, you want things that are cold. So give me all the salads, all the fresh cold produce, all the water, all the ice water and beverages that are 0 calories but taste really, really good and refreshing, you know? And like, I just thrive out there because I automatically get more steps because I want to be outside walking all the time and getting my suntan on and getting, oh gosh. So the fact that the weather is coming, like it's toying with us. I think tomorrow might get up to 80 degrees. Glamping. I've never been glamping because isn't that like you still camp, but it's in like a fancy RV or something like that? I could probably be on board with that. But like, totally a glamper. I'm a diva after all. I mean, and I'm not comfortable outside. I don't have survival skills. Like, no, I'm a fancy chick. Fancy chick when I can be. But I love to be outside. I really do. Which apparently, fun fact, is something that energizes an Enneagram 9. Which I did not know. My husband and I had our Enneagram date on Friday. I made it happen. And at first he was real skeptical about it, but by the end he loved it. It was very productive. It was awesome. And apparently it was something about like, we like nines like the outside. I read something like that and I was like, I'm not outdoorsy, but I really do love being outside. So I don't think the two, outdoorsy and liking being outside, are not the same. Let's see what all is happening. Jennifer, if I didn't say hi to you, hello. Good to see you. I'm also looking at doing another round of Live 4. Now that your state is open, do you still have to wear masks? We do not have to wear masks. I am opting to wear a mask until further notice. I don't like it. I hate wearing the mask, but I'll do it because safety. I am a high-risk person. I have asthma. I don't have bad asthma, but I do have asthma. Supposedly CMT makes me higher risk as well. So rather than risk it, we happened to have had N95 masks in our basement from when we moved in, and Eric was like doing some stuff with dust and everything. So we had like top of the line for this situation, and we didn't even know it until he's like, wait, I think I have masks down in the basement when this whole thing started, and it turns out to be those. So definitely going to take advantage of the fact we have that resource and use it. Yeah, but I don't... There are some things, like I was actually talking to one of my church friend / body pump instructor about when she thought the gyms were going to reopen and how that might look and things like that. And she was talking about the possibility of having to do masks at the gym, to which she said absolutely not, because that is a huge health hazard and she will not be teaching anything if you have to wear mask. And I agree. So I'm now officially in the market for an elliptical at home because it might be a long time before I go to the gym. So we're making the best out of it with what we got, and we're going to start obtaining things as soon as it becomes available and not have to wear a mask when we work out. I was just going to ask about numbers. The increased numbers would concern me, especially with places opening up again. Yeah. My concern, Mick, is that the numbers in Minnesota really started to increase just in the last couple of weeks, and then our stay-at-home order ended. So I'm like, this is not the right time for Minnesota. It's not. Because our numbers just started to increase. But you know what? I'm not a politician. I'm not a government leader. What do I know? So I'm just going to keep on doing what I'm doing, and it'll be fine. Let's see. Is there a good site for the Enneagram? Well, the EnneagramInstitute.com is a good resource. They have the paid version of the test. What is the test that I kept telling people about? YourEnneagramCoach.com, I think. It's got a really pretty but like nice and simple label at the top that should have the 9 points on it, all in different colors. That's the test I made him take. I can't remember which test I took. It must have been that one. But both of ours were accurate. Both of ours were very, very accurate. So it was yourenneagramcoach.com. I did read that asthma isn't necessarily a risk factor. It should be, because it's a respiratory disease, and if you have asthma, you already have a weakened respiratory system. So it makes that makes perfect logical sense to me, that asthma is a risk factor. What doesn't make sense to me is that CMT is a risk factor. But for some people, they have diaphragm issues. So, I'm just playing it safe here. Since I'm not allowed, the only 2 places I want to go, you guys, the only 2 places I want to go back to normal are the gym and the church, which are both places that have far too many people to be going back to normal anytime soon. So I'm like, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. That's fine. Whatever. Is breathing an issue when you wear a mask? Not really. Breathing's not an issue. It is a discomfort. Because when you breathe out, you get all the hot air, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But I can still breathe just fine. And again, granted, I have the N95 that has the ventilator. I don't know how that impacts your ability to take a breath. I have no idea. I have not done the cloth mask thing, so I don't know. Masks are required in New Jersey, but no word on what'll happen with the gym. Yeah, no, doing masks at the gym is a bad choice. Bad choice. Iris, I saw a gym mask for sale. Also, some gyms are doing bring your own equipment and doing outside. My friend did say, like I said, she's the body pump coach that I really like and goes to my new church. She wants to start doing like fitness in the park, or like where for free, she's like, I just want to gather people, because she's a huge extrovert. So this has got to be killing her inside. But she wants to just get together and we can all social distance and like outside do a boot camp workout or something together, but apart, which I think is a great idea. Thank you. I'll look for it. Our gyms opened up yesterday. I can't imagine that many people would go. It's just, don't get me wrong. I want my gym to go, to open. I do, but it's just people not cleaning up after themselves and like it's just too close quarters. And like, I'm thinking about like body pump. It's a very popular class, so they'd probably have to do signups and limit the number of attendees and all that jazz. And even then, like, you're still all in this hot, damp room, you know? It makes sense, but apparently the biggest risk is people who don't manage their asthma and need to go, well, I don't have that problem, so that's good to know. I don't think it seems very safe to me. No. All right. Before I forget, I want to address Cindy. I haven't forgotten about you. We just got up on tangents. So Cindy showed up with a question for me, and it was regarding the Points Plus plan, which, as you know, I use the app iTrack Bites, and I follow the Carb Conscious plan, which is similar, meaning exactly like the Weight Watchers Points Plus plan. Before Freestyle, before Smart Points. Right? I can't remember the exact year when I hit goal on it, and I hit goal in 2012. So, and I was a Weight Watchers leader during Points Plus time as well. She asked me about the healthy checks, the good health guidelines, as Weight Watchers used to call them. And what that is on our tracker. And I have absolutely no idea if it is on any other plan in iTrack Bites. I couldn't tell you. I have no clue. But in Carb Conscious or Points Plus specifically, we had our points to track in every meal and all that jazz, right? But we also had these things called good health guidelines. And it was just little check boxes for the recommended number of servings of specific items that you should get every day. And you can check them off as you go. And those were, thanks to Cindy, I went into my app and wrote down how many of each thing was in here before we started. They had a water goal for you. The iTrack Bites app only has 6 glasses, and you know your girl likes to drink her gallon of water, which is far more. Healthy checks are on Sugar Smart. Okay. Far more water than the 6 glasses that the Good Health Guidelines recommend. Fruit and vegetables, it recommends 5 servings. Dairy, it recommends 3. Lean protein, it recommends 3. Oil, I didn't actually write it down. Oil, whole grain, and multivitamins, it had 2 checks, right? And her question was specifically, do I or did I adhere to said guidelines while I was using the Points Plus system / am using the Points Plus system, and especially pertaining to the dairy and the oil situation. What did I do? So first of all, in present day, quite frankly, I never scroll that low and I completely forget every day that the healthy checks are there. So no, I do not adhere to them consciously. That's not to say that I don't adhere to them. I obviously get my water every day. I should use the healthy checks to determine my fruits and vegetables. And this might have actually inspired me to make sure I go back and look into those and whatnot. But in terms of oil and dairy, I don't specifically focus on those things. The reason that the oil is there, and I appreciate that the oil is there, because the oil means healthy fat. It wants you to get some olive oil in your diet, or some avocado. Avocado's not an oil. You can have avocado oil, but like, think of it as healthy fat. Try that, and that might make it easier. So what does the healthy fat mean? That could be some natural almond butter or peanut butter. Not a lot, just a tablespoon, because that's all the serving is a tablespoon, right? The thing that they want you to have is 2 tablespoons of oil. You can cook with olive oil. Cook your chicken with olive oil or drizzle your veggies with olive oil. I completely accidentally consumed my oil in the form of my not great salad dressing today, which made me so sad. I opened the new bottle that I had, 2 teaspoons. Thank you. That makes a little bit more sense than 2 tablespoons, because that's like 6 points plus worth of stuff right there. 2 teaspoons. So it's not much. It's not much at all. So maybe if you wanted to do like a tablespoon of peanut butter and some olive oil on your vegetables, like, you could do that. Do you have to do it? No. But being somebody who loves the Fab Four and thinks that fat is not the enemy, I'm all for you getting a fat in some way. You could even, in my opinion, this is not the official iTrackBites thing or anything, but I accidentally thought it was tablespoons. Woof. But like, and it doesn't even have to be like, okay, a teaspoon of oil, great. But like, if you want to go the route that I'm suggesting, I'm wondering if it was a requirement. No. You could, so the problem and the beauty of the plan is technically you could eat crap, and as long as you stayed in your points budget, you'd be okay. Right? Hi, Christina. But that's not the goal here. You could eat, a calorie is a calorie is a calorie. As long as you stay within your points, which are kind of centered around calories, blah, 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 we can get it, whatever. The goal at the end of the day for weight loss is calorie deficit, and a calorie is a calorie, be it from a Snickers bar or a piece of kale. 5 calories of kale and 5 calories of a Snicker bar are the same, right? The difference is in the macro balance of everything. So it's not a requirement, but it is a suggestion, because your points are going to go a lot further if you adhere to the good health guidelines first, right? Eat your fruits and vegetables. Make sure you eat your lean meats and get some dairy, because dairy is also protein. And it doesn't say non-fat dairy, mind you. So that could also be a way to get some fat in your diet as well. Blah, 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 blah. Get those healthy checks out of the way. Then go have your Snickers bar, right? Does that make sense, Cindy? So it's not a requirement, but it's a guideline. That's why they're called good health guidelines in Weight Watchers. I know iTrackBites just calls them healthy checks, but they were called good health guidelines. So it makes perfect sense. Good. So I hope that answers your question. So there we go. That was the great topic that Cindy brought up. Do we have anything else to add to that? Or what is calorie deficit? Oh, Jocelyn, that is the greatest question to ask a weight loss YouTuber. A calorie deficit. When you are in a deficit of anything, it means that, look at your bank account, for example. If you have $50 and you spend $55, your bank account is now negative $5. It is in a deficit, right? A calorie deficit is simply meaning you burn more calories in a period of time than you consume. Calorie deficit, meaning you burn more calories than you consume, is the only way, hear me, lean in closer, the only way you will lose weight. The only way. the reason any diet works. Any diet, don't come at me, because any diet, keto, yes, keto, all of them, any diet, calorie deficit. It causes you to track what you're eating and eat less than your body is burning. How does the calories affect your weeklies? So they're built in, if I'm being completely honest. And I don't know the exact math, but on iTrack Bites, I double track, right? Because when you have the pro subscription, you can track a secondary metric. I track my protein, and I also track how many calories I am taking in. Without fail, let's say my calorie goal is 1,300, and I'm still, even since Friday, you guys, for those of you that were at my rant on Friday, I'm still messing with my calorie numbers. And I found a place that is nearby that can do the official metabolic testing, where you breathe into the thing for 10 minutes and it tells you exactly how many calories you burn in a day, which I'm dying to do. There is one in my area and I will be doing it. I emailed them today to see if they were open and functioning and all that jazz, because I want to know what my actual calorie burn is, because my hypothesis is it's lower than I want it to be. But I was revisiting all of Jordan Syatt's content today, and he really knows what he's talking about, which basically has me pushing, oh wait, I wrote down the new numbers. 10,600 calories a week is what I'm looking at. I'll get into that in a little while. I'm still messing with calories, but the bottom line is, without fail, Pam, let's say I set my calories to 1,300 and then I still have all of my points for the day. As I'm watching my points go and go and go and go, my points disappear. My dailies are gone before I hit the low end of my calorie range. Before. With this calorie range of mine that was determined based on a goal weight of 145 pounds, the range for me is between 1,450 and 1,600 calories a day. I set my tracker to 1,300, so that's below where I need to be for said supposed calorie deficit. And my points are gone at about 1,000 calories. 1,000 calories is no way to live. So every single day, I think today I dipped into my weeklies, and thanks to the weekend I had, I'm at like -8 weeklies already today. My point in saying that is your weeklies are already determined based on a caloric deficit. So your daily points are going to put you at the lower end of that caloric deficit, and the weeklies will still put you in a caloric deficit by adding them in. So the daily points puts you on the extreme end of calorie deficit, which is why a lot of people talk about not eating enough when they're, should I eat my weeklies? And people are like, yes, eat your weeklies, because you might not be eating enough food to get your body to really rev up. That's why. So your total amount of points, your dailies plus your weeklies for the week, are all put together. Like I said, remember when I said the number I'm looking at for the week is 10,600? Imagine you have a number like that too, and your points is that number. All of your dailies for every day of the week plus your weeklies. That number will still cause a calorie deficit. If it didn't, Weight Watchers would not work. Make sense? Yes? Good questions, my friends. Good questions. Keep them coming. I like it. My bank account last a small deficit year, but thankfully it wasn't a big deal, as I didn't need to spend money on that particular day. Yeah, Mick, I like to use the bank account as the analogy for calories and for how to spend your points. And it works very well because everyone understands bank accounts. Oh, I'm excited about this, especially figuring out where you are compared to the information given by iTrack. Yes, I am so excited. And the test is like $100 and something, like $150 or something. And it's not like a thing you run through insurance, but this place runs all sorts of tests. It's fascinating. And I might buy a package of tests because it also has the full body scanner that tells you exactly how much fat is on your body, what your personal body's composition is, all of it. And so I'm like, I'm real tempted to like buy a set of 4 tests, get the full body scan, get the metabolic test, and then in 6 months or a year or something, go back and get the scan again just to see my progress. I'm so interested in this. And I'm like, it's not going to be cheap, but it's going to be, like, the information will be priceless to me. Knowing exactly how many calories I burn in a day is worth $150, in my opinion. Because I can or use the calculators and stuff all day long. But if my body does in fact burn differently due to my lack of muscle mass, I'll know about it. Worth every penny if I find out that something is either wrong with my metabolism and thus I need to be eating less, or my metabolism is just fine and I'm functioning as somebody with a normal amount of muscle on her body. Either way, it's money well spent. So I hope they get back to me soon, because I really would like to not have to wait until, I don't know, September. Like, I would go next week if they let me. I'm real pumped about it. I ate all my weeklies last week, and I'll be doing so again this week. Yep, makes sense. I use weeklies since I'm almost out of points before calories. Exactly. So Weight Watchers is smart. They worked all of that in for you. 0 point protein. Yes. So if you guys recall, I abandoned Weight Watchers Freestyle, and I did an entire video on this. It is my most popular video to date, and probably always will be. But the reason I left Freestyle is because I could not control myself. You cannot tell me I can eat however much chicken I want, or beans, or corn, or eggs. Hello, I freaking love breakfast food. And then all of the frankenfoods that came out of people trying to manipulate the system and use Greek yogurt in everything and all that. Like, it was no mystery as to why I wasn't losing weight. Because I was eating too much food. 110%. Smart points before Freestyle, I was able to lose weight on. 100%, I could do it. I didn't like it nearly as much as I liked Points Plus. Wow. So I got distracted because I was like, Smart points before Freestyle, which is currently the green plan, my friends. I can lose on the green plan. I cannot lose on the blue plan, which means I certainly probably can't lose on the purple plan, which is, why I'm hanging out in Points Plus land. So I am not team 0 point foods, and Cindy and somebody else, or just Cindy, made it a point of saying this is why the 0 point foods are not free. Do not ever say free foods, my friends. They are not free. They still have calories. The only thing that doesn't have calories is in this cup, ladies and gentlemen. Keep that in mind. So, to answer a question that may or may not come up, in my effort to figure out what my magic calorie number is, do I track my produce now? You better believe I do. I measure and track and account for all of my produce. It's a pain in the neck, but I do it anyway. Except maybe the copious amounts of salad. I don't measure the copious amounts of salad because lettuce has like 5 calories in it. So, give or take that. But, all right. I'm sure that WW figured it out for all plans. Yep, but for some reason I'm always hungry on the current plans. I was only able to tolerate Points Plus. That's, yes. And I have thoughts about that. It's also, could it be a mental game of like satisfaction because you can't have the sugary foods, or if you're substituting with something with too much sugar alcohols, that could be messing with your system. But I believe 110%, like, eat all the protein. Protein is great. Protein is king. I love protein. But fiber makes a difference in Points Plus. And I firmly believe that helps keep you full. Extra fiber. Yeah, I was in a meeting when Lifetimer talked about points as money. Light bulb moment. Yep. I used to be that leader that talked about it as money. I have a video somewhere on this channel. I don't remember what it was for, but I talked about your dailies, your weeklies, and your activity points, and I put them in terms of banking, and everybody understood it, and it was great. If you're looking for questions, I have one. Thinking of using Insta stories to document what I eat in a day and maybe build a bit of accountability. Any tips? Well, first would be, if you want followers, tell all of us to follow you, because you need a following. But I think that's a great thing to do. I really enjoy getting the live feedback, the real-time feedback from using Insta stories, and it is very, very helpful. I mean, Instagram is an outstanding tool. Quite frankly, it is a tool that I do not use enough in terms of what it could be for accountability. I could post my tracker every day. I could, like, I already do accountability for my workouts. Like, you guys see that I'm doing lift almost every day, that I'm supposed to be doing lift, because usually I complain about how much I don't want to do it. And it's not that I don't love lift. I just go through love-hate relationships with, like, if I don't have primo energy, my desire to get as exhausted as that trainer on that TV screen is going to make me is zero. I know it's going to happen. So I'm like, I just don't want to do it because all my energy will be gone. But 100%, it's very good as an accountability tool. I should use it more as an accountability tool. I try to post my meals. I try to post whatever. And there are some times that I do that. And I, just share whatever. If I don't take the pretty picture to put on my feed to make everything look pretty, then I'll just show you guys what I'm doing in real time on Instagram stories. I love Instagram stories. I spend a lot more time on Instagram stories than I do on the posts on Instagram. By the way, side note and shameless plug, if there's anybody in this room not following me on Instagram, please, please, please go follow me on Instagram. I am less than 100 followers away from hitting 10,000. Less than 100 people. So close. I'm actually less than 90. This close. So if you are not following me on Instagram, please go follow me on Instagram. All for the sake of that silly swipe up feature. That's all I want, is the swipe up feature. So I can send you guys to where you need to go instead of having to tell you to go to the silly link in my bio. Because let's be honest, who goes to the link in the bio? That's all I want. So there's my shameless plug. But absolutely, Rosie, you should use it. I think sharing is very, very helpful. And I actually noticed my sister is sharing more on Instagram as well, including Instagram stories. And do you find that helpful, Christina, as somebody who didn't share all that much, and now you're sharing a little bit more about your journey? I'm not quite sure what motivated you to do that. You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to, but it's just something that I personally noticed, because all of a sudden you're popping up in my stories, which you didn't used to do before. Hi, Sarah. Good to see you. So do it, Rosie. I think it's good. Wow, you guys were talking a lot while I was chatting. Maybe you should also track calories and see how it compares. Yep. I am team, I'm team track calories. You shouldn't have to double track. But at the end of the day, calories are king. I know I said protein is king, which is also true, but calories are king. Calories are king. Protein is the queen. Together, they make magic happen. But it's all about calories first. So if, for whatever reason, you are not eating enough, or you are eating far too much, which is the likelier scenario in all situations, the points aren't going to matter if your calories are out of whack. So that's how I went back to Points Plus, tracking the fruits and veggies. Points Plus does not give a points value to fruits and veggies. Let's make that very clear. The one that actually has fruit as points is Classic, which is Conquer Cravings on iTrack Bites. But I track I track them all as 0, but the calories still get counted. That's what I meant. They don't actually have points to them. I thought I was going for the 0-point protein instead of the 0-point fruits and veggies. Yeah, that's easy to do. It was so easy. It was so easy to overdo it on the protein, but not in the good way. Because again, the hardest thing about going back to Points Plus was that benefit of reducing my points that I got from protein in Smart Points got taken away from me. And it took me a while. I was very bitter about that for a while. I'm like, I know I love you, Points Plus, but protein. Yay, Kathy, thank you. Oh, you're the best. I say you would know if you follow me on Instagram, because I talk on Instagram stories all the time. I'm chatty over there. Yeah, I was bitter about the protein counting, making the points value go up, but I understand, and now I accepted it as truth, and it's okay. So my balance is, it's okay if it costs me extra. It's also okay to dip in my weeklies every single day. What needs to be brought into check more is to me to have a set calorie goal and stick in the calorie goal. And then I will be very curious once I find the calorie goal that's working for me to see how that translates into points. Does that make sense? Because what if my ideal calorie goal has me using up all my weeklies and then like, I don't know, -10 more, and I'm still losing weight? Like, I don't know. This whole thing is fascinating to me. The body, the human body and nutrition is fascinating to me. I love it. If I would have known this 10 years ago, I probably would have gone into nutrition. I'm such an Instagram lurker. I rarely post, but I should get back to posting. Sarah, you're the Buy Needle and Thread account, right? That's your Instagram account? I'm not going to lie, because I'm looking for more people to follow. I was going to go and follow you because you're so active, and then I realized you don't actually post anything other than stuff you make, which is really cool, but that's not, I wanted to see like you personally and stuff that you're doing. So I want to make sure that's you though. Otherwise there's another Sarah C that follows me. I'm trying to connect all the people, but when you got a lot of people, it's hard to connect. 2 Sarah C's. I'm a lurker too. Jennifer, you're a lurker, but you message me every once in a while. You do. I'm using purple, but I track if I eat more than a recommended serving of something. That's smart. That's very smart. I was thinking about joining WW. Which plan is best, and is it worth the money? I've been researching all day and ran across this live. Well, hello. First, full transparency, I am not following Weight Watchers officially. I use the iTrack Bites app, which allows me to follow the old Weight Watchers plan that is no longer available on Weight Watchers. So I can't tell you anything about price. My friends in the chat start talking about price because I honestly have no idea what the price is. Because I don't do Weight Watchers officially, but I will tell you this, the best plan is the plan that you will stick to. By Needle and Thread, that's who I thought you were. Honestly, I know it's the answer that everyone hates to hear, but it is true. The green, blue, and purple plans do not work for me because I like Points Plus. Therefore, I am on the plan that is best for me. There are other people on here that will argue for every plan because it works best for them. So you have to decide what you need out of a weight loss plan. Do you need more portion control? Then you should do green. Or are you pretty good about eating within your right portions and you just need to eat the right foods? Then blue or purple might be good for you. So something to consider, But we welcome all plans here as long as people are focusing on being a healthier and happier version of themselves. Why am I vibrating? I already got I got my 12 hours of activity in, y'all. So we welcome everybody here, everybody. And we even have a couple people that hang out that aren't trying to lose weight. They just come to hang out with us. There he is, Mick. He's just hanging out with us, which is great. We welcome you all here. So I'm really glad you stumbled across this live tonight. I'm seeing several names that I've never seen before. That's very interesting to me. You can totally undereat or super overeat in blue and still be in points. Exactly. That was my biggest problem. And that's why I fought so hard on freestyle, mainly because I wanted to get my hooks in because, YouTuber, I wanted to get hooks in and become a Weight Watchers ambassador. Once I let that go, life got a whole lot happier. I tell you what, freaking freestyle, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't. And I gave it the good old college try. I'm using purple, but I try. Have you ever considered getting a nutritional coach certificate? I have. I have so many things that I'm working on and considering, and a lot of it stems off of the income from my YouTube channel and everything. So I'm continuing to grow this. The bigger this grows, the more income I get, the more I can go and do courses and maybe go to nutritional school or life coaching school and become certified in the stuff I'm crazy about, because I love it. And the more I talk to you guys about stuff like this, we're at 49 minutes. I could probably go on for another hour if you guys kept the questions coming, right? Everyone is welcome except trolls. You are right on, Mick. Trolls are not welcome here. Let's see. Why Join and pay for Weight Watchers if you still have to count calories and be accountable, because some people prefer not to have to count the calories. And I'm not saying for Weight Watchers you don't have to count the calories. You have to be aware of them. You know what I'm saying? But enough people, like, in theory, you should know if you overdo it. But then again, if you're somebody that has a portion distortion problem, maybe you don't know. So it's very good to check in to make sure. It's very, very good. So for a lot of people, like, not having to track their fruit or vegetables, I'm all for that. I'm all for that. Not gonna lie. But for me personally, and if you are new here, you don't know much about my background, the very Cliff Notes version is I have a nerve disease that affects my muscles, and I have less muscle mass on my body than the normal human being would. Normal. At least that's my assumption. Muscle burns more calories than fat does. So I'm wondering, my current personal experiment is, what exactly is the magic number of calories I need for my body given my special circumstance? That's what I'm trying to, oh gosh, we're talking about oregano lady. I almost said something and decided not to. Freaking oregano lady was crazy, okay? Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. And I laugh because I have a bottle of oregano oil right here on my desk. That cracks me up. No, I don't exclusively ingest that and drink a ton of water. Don't worry. I don't ingest that at all, by the way. Just to be clear, I don't ingest that at all. It is used for topical purposes. So it depends what you want. Weight Watchers also has a community aspect of things, which maybe if you're calorie counting all alone, you want a community to join, things like that. As I said, I'm not an official member of the Weight Watchers community. I'm an offshoot member of the I Track Bites community, which is basically the Weight Watchers community. So, yeah, but it's a valid question. It is a valid question. Sometimes people don't want to have to count to 1,600 or 2,000. They want to count to 23, you know? That's me beyond needle and thread, all crafty. I should do more food. Yeah. Also, maybe we can make a post for anyone who's interested to share Instagram handles. That's a great idea. Where should we do that? Are all of y'all in my insiders group? Because that's where I like to post stuff. But that's not like just like to my public page. Facebook.com/groups/Diva and the Divine. Is that the link? I don't know. But that insiders group, you have to answer at least one of the questions. If you don't answer the questions, you don't get in. But that group, I could post in there and we can share Instagram handles. That would be a really good idea, Rosie. Scrolling, subscribed on IG, yes. That is why I think Weight Watchers was right. The current plans, that there is no cookie cutter plan that will work for everyone. It's true. And I am of the camp of, there are two different types of people with weight loss, right? There are the people that need to change how much they eat, and there are the people that need to change what they eat. I think Smart Points is an incredible plan for somebody who needs to change what they eat. If you eat nothing but junk, Smart Points is going to change your life because it impacts sugar and fat. And if all you do is eat crap, that's going to be your entire diet that has to change. Me, I'm over here in this camp of, I love healthy food. Give me an entire tray of roasted broccoli, and I'm not even exaggerating. I freaking love good, healthy food. I love cake, but I also love good, healthy food. So you can't tell me that I can eat however much of this healthy food that I want. You can't tell me that, because I will over-enjoy it. I'm the person that needs to be told portion control. What type of food, how much food. And there are different plans that I think cater to each type of person better, in my opinion. So they are right in saying that not all plans are right for all people. Pam, subscribe to IG and following. Thank you. Oh, you guys are the best. Oh my gosh. I would love more than anything. Did I say this to you guys? My blog and my brand, like Diva and the Divine's birthday, is on the 30th, which is, 11 days from now. I would love to hit 10K by then, just as like an epic like that would be the best Diva and the Divine birthday gift ever. So any of you that joins me after this live, thank you so much. Thank you. I seriously considered going to school to become a registered dietitian. Yeah. Everyone is welcome. I could use the laughing oregano lady. Oh, freaking oregano lady. This is how behind on comments I am, guys. The only reason to do WW other than iTrack Bites is the in-person meetings. It's true. And Purple Plan. I don't actually know how to work around. I should know this as an iTrack Bites ambassador, but I don't. The Purple Plan supposedly has a workaround or whatever. But we have enough. We got enough plans. We got keto and calories and points plus and classic points and smart points, green plan and freestyle. We have enough without needing the purple plan. You know what I'm saying? I do like the fit points aspect of the Weight Watchers app, the way they calculate them. Sarah followed me on IG. Thank you. I'm at goal weight and I track calories just to keep in check. And yeah, that's all you gotta do. And you know what your maintenance calories are. You don't have to worry, Julie, about being in a deficit anymore. If you're at goal, you just have to worry about if this is how many I'm burning, this is how many I'm eating. That's great. This question has been on my mind for a while. Do you take inhalers for your asthma? I take a blue one and a brown one. I have an emergency albuterol inhaler, and that's it. So I'm thankful. As a singer, I'm very thankful that I don't have severe asthma. But I'm allergic to a lot of things, so I take Effexafenadine. I take an antihistamine every single day, and I have since I was 10. So that's a lot of antihistamines. But I only have an emergency inhaler for when I'm not feeling quite up to par, and I hardly ever have to use it, which is amazing. And it's usually red, is usually the color. I'm this teacher thing. Fantastic. I feel like it's almost a spectrum going from classic points with most portion control to points plus. Yeah, it really is a spectrum. It's just and you just have to pick where on the dial you are. Mike Elmore just joined the group. Great. I need both, unfortunately. I needed the wake-up call of how much a portion should be eating, as well as mindful of what I should focus on. And I can tell you exactly what plan works great for that. Green plan. Because that's both. That is Smart Points, which dings you on sugar and helps you keep it and praises you for protein, so that keeps you in check. But Green Plan also has the most portion control, which is why I could have success on Green Plan if I wanted to. I still like Points Plus better, but so Green Plan would be the ideal choice for you. I just a heads up on time. Thank you, Lissa. I was gonna say in a couple of minutes, like 3, theoretically, Jordan is going to be on the iTrack Bites Instagram. Green, right in the middle of the spectrum. Exactly. So remember a couple weeks ago when I was like, oh, we got to all go to iTrack Bites? The iTrack Bites Instagram, I think, should have a live meeting tonight, which is Jordan sitting here and doing the same kind of thing I'm doing, but on Instagram, chatting it up with everybody who comes to the chat. He's usually better about having a topic to talk about, but I pop in there every once in a while for at least a couple of minutes to say hi and to get involved in the conversation and whatnot. But that's going to start at 8:30 Central Time, if it's actually happening. There's just a post in IG stories. Thank you. So it is in fact happening. So if you got to scoot even before I finish here, that's totally fine. That's over at iTrack Bites on Instagram. Found a bit of balance. Now it took me a while, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? Just finding the right balance. That's what it's about. Yeah. Oh, that's great. I have to take my inhalers when I wake up and when I go to bed. Other than that, it's not too bad. Yeah, there's a wide spectrum of people. So all in all, mine's not all that bad, which is fantastic. So, that hour went by, guys. You guys kept the conversation rolling, and that was awesome. Do we have any last minute things that we need to discuss? Last minute questions or anything like that? Let me know. Otherwise, if you would like, feel free to head over to the iTrack Bites Instagram and watch the live video and tell Jordan that I sent you, just because it's a lot of fun. The first time I did it, I saw like 6 or 7 people all in a row, like, Bree, it came from Bree's live, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, look, I sent the party. Yeah. Because, you know, that's fun for me. Finish your water, friends. Does anybody still drink when I drink? I need to start announcing that that's a drinking game. All right, friends. This was a lot of fun. Thank you for hanging out with me. I really, really appreciated it. It was great to see old friends, and it was great to have new faces in here too. That was wonderful. So thank you for that. I hope you all have a fantastic week. Get outside if weather permits, you guys. It will do wondrous things, not only for your body and for your calorie burn, but for your mind as well. I just feel so energized after my evening walk. It's just absolutely wonderful. But all right, my friends, take care. Head over to iTrack Bites and tell them I sent you, and I'll see you later.